If I look at a chart and I'm flat and the market's strongly bullish and I think, gosh, I really wish I was long, you have a choice. Do I buy at the market or do I wait for a pullback? And if the trend is very strong, for example, a small pullback bull trend, it can run a long, long way before it ever has a pullback, and you end up missing a lot of the trend. Instead, what I do is I look at the chart and ask myself, okay, had I bought lower, what size position would I have right now, and where would my stop be? So if I'm buying a stock that is maybe a $50 stock and it had a small pullback, 5 or 10 bars ago, and that would be the logical place for my stop, and it might be 50 cents below where we are right now, I would decide, okay, if I buy at the market right now, I'm going to risk to below the low of that bar, which is 50 cents, $50 per every 100 shares of stock. I decide how much I'm comfortable risking. And if my risk is normally $200, I would buy 400 shares at the market and use that original stop. And then if the market keeps rallying, I can eventually move my stop to break even or better than break even. So even if the market turns against me, I'll be guaranteed at least a small profit. On the other hand, as soon as I enter, if the market begins to pull back, I think there's an 80% chance that the market will come back to my entry price, within 10 or 15 bars or so. So I don't get worried about that. So even if I buy at what turns out to be the high tick, trends usually don't just reverse, abruptly. They usually enter a trading range first, which means that there'll be a pullback, and then the market will test the old high. And if I bought at the old high, I should be able to get out around break even, maybe even with a little profit. Sometimes I'll even buy more on the pullback, so that once the market tests the old high, my original entry, I can get out of my original entry at break even, and I'll have a profit on my subsequent entry. So in general, when the trend is really strong, and I say, boy, I wish I was long, I get long, but I just trade small enough so that my risk is not more than I'm comfortable handling.